Good afternoon, YouTube. Here with you on a Saturday. It is 1:53 now in the afternoon as I look at the time. Um, I'm here because of some misconceptions, I believe. I'm trying to eat a Rice Krispie treat. Uh, I watched Ron's video. I know his intentions were good and like that, but I don't want people to get the impression that the fact that I'm doing this little experiment with Brendan on radio reception has anything to do with the amount of RFI generating devices I have in my shop area. I'm well aware of what's in there, and I know I don't get the best reception because of my soldering station. I generally turn that off when I try to listen to something. I know it's a big RFI provider. And there's other things as well. The LED lights, they generally do. And anybody that's been with me for a while knows that when I do a DX type video where I want to listen to stuff, I turn everything off. And I have nothing going that would create any kind of RFI there in the room. I run the radio on batteries, the whole thing. So I just wanted to, I wanted to let everybody know that I'm well aware of what's going on there. The experiment I'm doing with Brendan really has nothing to do with that. It is to improve radio reception in the radio and not so much your environment. And I told Brendan this, I don't fully expect to get much better reception where I'm at than what I'm getting now, no matter what the radio. And the Global Airline, or Airline Global, whatever you want to call it, WAG, radio is obviously a more receptive radio. It has a dedicated RF amp and the three gang tuner. It's a good radio, and given the right circumstances, it will pick up good, I'm sure. But my shop is not the ideal place for that to happen. I'm lucky. I consider myself lucky to get the local station in there as clear as I do, and you guys have heard that, and it's not all that clear, but I'm not getting very far on my Rice Krispie treat here, am I? So anyway, I just wanted to put this out there that I know I do know that there's a lot of, like I said, I've got 2 computers in there and a monitor, and I use Bluetooth. All that stuff is in there. I know that. But to my way of thinking, and it's going to stay this way, it's a matter of choices, preferences, priorities, whatever you want to call it. As to my convenience on how I do my work in there, as opposed to being able to receive, say, Louisville from there, that's not a priority for me. I don't care. If I can get the local station basically prove that the radio is working, that's all I care about. And, I look to change that when we move into the new quarters. I'm doing everything I can in there to minimize the RFI. That's part of this experiment, and Brendan and I talked about it, and like I said, we're pretty certain that we can do a lot to minimize the problems with that. But at the same time, we wanted to start where I was at and just see if there was any kind of improvements that can be done to the radio itself to improve its reception. And I might even turn some things off as far as that's concerned, just to see if we get any better signal. The computers, it's not a big deal, when I do it. And those computers are on, the only one that stays on is the server computer, And like I said, I've already mentioned when I move into the new quarters that that will be moving away from the desk itself. It will be across the room. So I'm just saying that, you know, it'll be better. So no worries about that. But now the other computer, the one I use for schematics and things like that while I'm in there working, um, that one can be turned off, you know, to do a test. It's not a big deal. Uh, Again, the monitor can be turned off also. And I know Ron, you know, uh, pointed out that even with the monitor off, it still generates RFI, and yeah, I'm aware of that too. I do have a switch on my uh, desk that turns everything off, and basically it removes power from all that stuff. In other words, when I turn that master switch off on my shop, there's nothing else on in there as far as the monitor, things like that. All that stuff is gone off. So now the computer will stay on, but I can turn it off. So, like I say, I just wanted to put this out there and let everybody know that, yeah, I'm aware of what's going on there in the shop. And like I say, I know Ron had good intentions when he made that video, but it kind of made it sound like I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm well aware of that situation, so I didn't want anybody to get the wrong impression. And I even told Ron he didn't have to change that. You know, it's not a big deal. I understand where he's coming from, but again, so everybody else now should understand that I do know what's going on there. So I just wanted to make that little video and let you guys know that what's going on. This has been a rainy day. It woke me up this morning. And it wasn't the thunder or lightning. It was the rain hitting the roof. Just the sound of that hardness. It was coming down that hard that it woke me up. So we've got flash flood warnings all around and everything like that. And of course the O'Brien Street out there, it always floods over. It did twice or three times the last couple of since last night and today, I think. So that's always an experience. People going through that get stalled out and things like that in the middle of it. But anyway, it is what it is. I guess we need the rain, huh? So that's that. I love these things. These are so good. I buy the Great Value. They're much cheaper than the actual Rice Krispie treats. Same exact thing. So, and these are not fattening. I mean, they're, a little bit, but, they got the marshmallow stuff in them or whatever it is, and the rice is not that, So, kind of like eating rice cakes, if you've ever ate those. Now, those things are tasteless. I used to get the ones that had flavoring, and brown sugar, things like that in there. Those weren't too bad, but I haven't seen those for a while, but I still like these, so. All right, I get to blathering. Don't want to do that. So you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.